Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket beyond the boundary, as you know, is the name of the show. As always, we've got a power pack panel. We've got Avijit Da joining us from Delhi, and we've got Dwaipayan joining us from Chennai. Avijit Da was there at the Arun Jaitley Stadium or the Firozshah Kotlas ground, as it was known in the past. This morning, Avijit Da, are the rumors about the death of Test cricket in India true? What's your sense from your time in the middle today? You're on mute, Avijita.
Sorry. Uh, it had a fairly decent crowd. I would say about anywhere between 8 to 10,000. You know, I was I had to queue up actually to get into the stadium. It was not a very large queue, but there was a queue which was pleasant to see, and people were selling T-shirts outside, and the two of the maximum t-shirts that were sold were of two players who were not in the team. Number one, Virat Kohli, and number two, Rohit. 90% of the t-shirts that were sold were of these two guys. The only Indian players whose t-shirt was being sold or being worn by fans was Shubman Gill's. There was no fourth t-shirt on view. So that's one part of it. There was a fairly decent crowd, and as the day wore, it got the lower stands were actually pretty occupied. The upper stands were empty, but I would say it was a decent crowd for a Saturday, and probably they were expecting a little more of the Indian innings. They got a little disappointed when they thought that maybe 100 runs, 150 runs could have been added. That is what the crowd people are saying, that we should have batted up more. They wanted to see some fours and six being hit, but it didn't happen.
What's your what's your sense, Didi? Should India have batted till they made 600? Was 518 a fair total for them to declare?
I th- uh, they could have. Even I thought that they will bat for an hour after tea and then declare. But probably looking at the nature of the pitch, etc., there is not much help for the bowlers. Though the spinners are getting some turn, but yeah, West Indies also, it's their second test. They have got a little bit used to it. So they thought that they probably needed a bit of time, if because there is no rain threat. There is always the third innings where they can play a bit, get the runs more, give West Indies a deteriorated pitch in the fourth innings. So it's a kind of that kind of a call that they took. So it works either ways. It's good that they gave themselves a little more time, because as we see that West Indies had those little partnerships here, hint of a partnership here and there. So fine, if you have more time, like if West Indies bats outstandingly well, they will get something in the 275 range tomorrow. So that leaves us enough and more time for India to push for a victory. They will bat again once more and then give them a massive total, and match will go to the fourth if it so happens.
I would I would also like to add one more small point, that Delhi's weather in the past few months has been pretty unpredictable. So while it looks very sunny, uh, it has been like this, that it has been sunny and suddenly it has rained. So maybe that could also have been one factor which they would have considered.
Okay. Avijita, do you think India is in a position to look at uh, enforcing the follow-on? Would that be a consideration at all? They're 140 for four. They need another 150 odd runs to avoid the follow-on. No, they need about 170 odd runs to avoid the follow-on. Do you think they'll be able to reach till there, West Indies?
It's unlikely. You see, if their best bets, Chandrapal and Alkenazi, they were batting pretty well, and Chandrapal also got a life, so as to say, because the umpire ruled him out. Then the DRS went in his favor, and they took the DRS at the last moment. So they were settled. There was no reason for them to get out when they got out. See, I watched the game today, and you're watching a match, but there's no contest. see a contester, you can see a kind of a struggle between bat and ball. India was batting effortlessly, and West Indies was kind of trying to survive. You know, so this is a bit of a apology of a series, sadly. See, the first test, West Indies took just 5 wickets of India. Second test, they have taken 4 wickets, and it's unlikely that India will bat a second time. So we will be in a situation where we have a we have played a two-test series against one series West Indies, and they have not been able to bowl them out one innings if you count both the innings together. So it's that kind of a series. So sadly, what can say is that we have played a series. I mean, we need to play these series because of ICC obligations, but it has come down to a level where everybody just goes through the motions. Anything that any of the players who have achieved in this series should be just kept aside. They have we have not made a single point here. In the sense that mm, you know. We should not be saying that this guy has scored runs, so he's good for India. He has made his point. Anything. This series should be kept at the side. It's just a series to shine up your stats, make some players look better than they actually are. Uh, and one thing which I have never seen with the West Indies team before, which I saw for the first time, good or bad, they are reasonably good fielders. This time, the fielding has been atrocious, and that I think is a really a new low that I'm seeing. Batting and bowling aside.
There are some questions that will start taking, Didi. There's a question from Arvind Atreyas. He says, Didi sir, how Shubman is batting consistently after becoming captain? He's doing quite well.
See, I do not want to be cynical, but the pitches that Shubman Gill has batted on and scored the bulk of runs have been moderately easy pitches. Though even when in England, when the series went to the more difficult pitches or the conditions became slightly tricky, he wasn't as prolific as he is on flat tracks. I am not saying he is a flat track bully, but he is better off playing on like most batters. I am not saying it is exclusive to Gill, but he has got some good pitches to bat on, and he has made the most. To his credit, he has made the most of it. I think after Australia he made certain technical adjustments to his batting. Yeah, earlier his bat used to come down from the gully region. Now it is coming slightly straighter. Yeah, so that is one thing that has helped him a bit. A small technical adjustment that sometimes stands you in good stead in Test cricket. That is the small technical adjustment that he has done, and he has got some good pitches to bat on, which he has made the most of it. He is in the prime of his career, and he is making the most of it.
Okay, there's a question. There are a couple of other questions as well. We'll start taking them for Avijit Da as well. Avijit Da, just a minute. Yeah. Prasanjit Jana says, in this form, Jaiswal should play over Rohit. We do not need 40-year-old horse in World Cup.
Uh, yeah, that's a viewpoint. See, we have had this debate in the past. Uh, we all There is a substantial number of people who feel that Yashasvi Jaiswal is an all-format player, and probably he's a very good balance between uh, you know uh, T20 and tests in his batting. So he has proven that he can bat on tougher wickets also. And the 2027 World Cup, which will happen in October November 2027, will be happening in South Africa. We are going to South Africa to play a test series as well as some ODI and uh, T20 matches in a few months from now.
So
So
South Africa is coming to India.
South Africa is coming.
yeah. So South Africa is coming to India. So we will be playing them. We will see how we it would be nice if we get them to sort of we introduce Jaiswal also in the mix in that. He has the game. Today his today his run out was very tragic, I would say, because I think he had set up his mind to probably score the biggest, the highest innings of his life. And he had done that hard work, and he knew it was there for the taking, and it was his call. And Gill was looking back, and it was Gill's mistake. There's no denying that. You cannot just say that there was not a run, there was no run there, because the call was not his to take. Jaiswal was running on the danger end. Gill had to just obey follow his call. That's how runs are taken. So this was sad, and I think India should be using Jaiswal more in both T20 and ODIs. In T20, he was in the World Cup squad, but he never got a chance. So we are in a situation where, because of the Gill factor, ODI and T20, we'll have players who may not get a look in, or will be in the margins. India has to sort this out, and by prolonging Rohit Sharma's career, Rohit Sharma should be made. He should be playing only if we think that he should be playing in 2027. And we called him the walking wicket at some point of time. Now we are prolonging his career. I think there is some degree of confusion in that.
Avijit, Priyanshu Singh, just wait for 3 to 6 ODIs. Rohit and Virat both are retiring.
Well, it is possible, but that I'm not a soothsayer.
Okay, there's a question for you, Didi, from Urvashi Rao. She says, Didi sir, you just berated Gill. Do you like anything in life, sir?
I did not berate Gill. I just tried to put things into perspective. Like, I am not here to just say, oh, he batted. He batted well, but if there are certain things that have to be pointed out, they have to be pointed out. He has batted the pitches that he got in Australia and the pitches that he got in England were completely different. When the match moved to oval, he did not get runs. In the second innings at Lords, he did not get runs. So we have to take those little things into account. Gill is a super player of spin bowling, and he is better off on good batting wickets. That is the point that I feel are two of the cases. But then he is definitely the best batsman of the team. That's why he is the captain of the team also. So I do not want to take any credit of him. But if there is a point to be made, it has to be made. So that's what I say.
Manikpreet Singh is sort of trolling you by saying, Didi sir only loves Thala. So...
No, if Dhoni plays poorly, I say that he did.
But today Avijit Da is wearing yellow. So you can imagine
that. Bigger Thala fan.
Sarthi Bit has a question. He says, Washi अक्सर जडेजा से कब से better हो गया भाई? So this is basically, Avijit Da, this question is because Jadeja is out of the one-day team in Australia. First he says, Jadeja क्यों ODI से बाहर? And then Sarthi Bit says, Washi अक्सर जडेजा से कब से better हो गया?
No, that is probably they're looking to the future, and they think that Washington Sundar is the future. Today, I'd like to say something about their bowling, especially Washington Sundar's bowling. He was bowling at a much higher pace than required. If the pitch is flat and you are bowling consistently at 90 plus, that is not the pace. Unless you bowl at a lower pace, you are not being able to get your any kind of a loop or flight. And he was bowling, he was spearing the ball time and again. So I think he's the ability of a good bowler is whether you can get good wickets on dead pitches or on batting friendly pitches. I don't think Washington Sundar right now has that ability. But he's definitely very accurate. But today, as Jadeja showed today, he's still has his tricks, and he manages to get wickets.
Okay. Priyanshu says DD speaks the harsh truth, which fanboys don't want to listen. It's BCCI loss that he didn't become president. Avijita, the running joke over here on TOI Digital has been the fact that Dwaipayan would have made a better president than Mithun Manas of BCCI, and he didn't turn up for a few days by by because Mithun became the president. I don't know whether DD should have been the one boycotting or someone else. We'll not take their names. But in any case, there's a question right now from there's a question about a center. Shubh Gupta says, and Didi, I wanted to answer first. As Guwahati is hosting Women's World Cup 2025 and Bengaluru ruled out, will Guwahati host T20 Cricket World Cup 2026? Bengaluru, or will old centers host CWC matches or BCCI official state centers? Guwahati is a very good venue and they've got some very good facilities there.
But
They deserve to host.
that new venue is supposed to be. It is apparently good. I haven't been there, but I have heard it's good. See, Bangalore is a different case. Bangalore, I will be surprised if Bangalore gets a game so early, that big a game. I want to see if they are getting IPL games also, because it has become political now. So we have to understand those things. The state government that is there, etc., etc. But there are a lot of equations in place. So I do not exactly know whether Bangalore is going to get a game anytime soon. If they had to, because see, T20 Women's World Cup matches were scheduled there, so those matches were taken out. So, and it's not that there is a decent crowd for T20 Women's World Cup matches, but it is not like, you don't expect a stampede in a Women's World Cup match. So if that match has been taken out, I really doubt whether Bangalore will get a match, an international match of that stature right away.
Okay, Mithali Shekhawat, and this for you, Avijit Da. She says, Sir Jadeja said in press conference today at the end of the day's play, he didn't understand why he was dropped from the ODI World Cup. I think she means ODI score by coach and selector. Why he said like this? The guy who is your vice captain comes for a press conference and says, I don't know why I was dropped.
Yeah, I think players sometimes their frustration gets the better of their prudence. But I think he has expressed something. Maybe he genuinely feels that he should have been in the team. In such cases, I think it is always nice for selectors to directly have a conversation with a senior player and explain the reason why he was dropped. Jadeja may or may not have been in the team, but he is senior enough in that sense, and he has contributed enough to the Indian cricket in that sense to deserve an honest and a proper answer. I hope there are some questions on the Women's World Cup also here, because tomorrow we have an important game.
Yeah, there was a question, but only one question, whether Sayyid Nizamuddin has asked that question again. Can any team beat the mighty Australian women's team? Avijit Da.
Yeah, we can. We have beaten them quite a few times in recent years, and it is true that actually the team that has consistently challenged Australia, it has been the Indian side. It is another matter that in this particular World Cup, the three top players of India, which is Smriti Mandhana, the captain Harmanpreet Kaur, and Jamima Rao, have failed with the bat all three times. So no, they have played three times and none of them has succeeded. Their batting averages are below 20. The strike rate is low, and except for Avijit Ghosh, whose strike rate is 125, 127 in this particular tournament, none of the Indian players have batted with flair and aggression. There have been some good performances, like Pratika Rawal and Harleen Dowell have batted okay. They have batted 30s, 40s and all, but this is ODI. This is not a T20 game, so you have to play a longer innings. They haven't. Uh, Below the order, down the order, Deepti Sharma, Amanjot Kaur in one game, and Sneha Rana, they have been, done the rescue acts along with Richa. Our bowling has been okay. It is not a great bowling attack, but we have done okay. Our real problem in this World Cup, and it has been for quite some time, is the quality of catching and outfielding. Even in this World Cup, we have fielded very, very badly, and there is no, papering over it. And that in such matches are very, very crucial. Australia also, had a very bad day. They almost got, beaten by Pakistan, but then they pulled off, quite a brilliant win because of the way Beth Mooney played. And Alana King, came and scored some very good shots. So this will be an interesting game. India is capable of beating Australia, but and we should, there is a lot for us in the line because we lost our previous game to South Africa. We were in a losing position, then we got into a winning position, and then we lost the match. So let us hope that this is an interesting game. I think this will be the most watched encounter, the entire group stage.
Okay, Pooja Sharma has a question for you, Dwaipayan, and she says, "Didi sir, when you smile and reply, does that mean you're hiding something?" Dwaipayan?
I will try and make a better psychoanalysis of myself next time. I'll try to. I haven't thought of. I haven't given myself so much thought.
Okay. Uh, Anupam Gogoi has a super chat for 100 rupees. And Avijit, I want you to answer this. NKR to Washi to Gill captaincy to Varun to 5 spinners in Champions Trophy. Gigi has proved that he's a brilliant master of the game. Why Indian cricket always critical of him?
I honestly feel that actually we have been overcritical of Gambhir. Uh, uh, he has been following his own line, and there is a pattern to it. Whether we agree with that pattern is not, but coaches generally have to have a pattern. The problem is when the coaches are directionless. Gambhir is not directionless. Look today how he promoted, Nitish Reddy to number 5. It shows a plan. It shows a long-term planning that he wants him to be there as a proper all-rounder. He's kind of grooming him. So this is a good thing. So in the end, coaches play a limited role, but what Gambhir has done is he has backed certain horses, and let us hope that his bet comes off well, because he has taken some of the bets. At least the Harshit Rana bet, I think, is a little outrageous.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes going on about Harshit Rana becoming the next captain, the next BCCI president, the next the Indian Home Minister, the Indian Prime Minister. So, because and to make matters more interesting, he even landed up at the dinner for the team, the test team, which is not part of, in a separate car. So his aura has increased that much in Indian cricket right now, Vijita.
Yeah, yeah. There is another meme which says that there are only two players who are sure for the 2026 World Cup. One is Gill and the other is Harshit Rana.
Okay. Umama Mahida has a question, or rather a comment. Dwapan, he says, report suggests Virat is to be retiring after the Australia tour. Then why is he going just for 3 ODIs?
Is it true? I don't know. Like, I will not accept it till I I I get an official press release or somebody meaningful breaks the story. Like, I don't know for a fact that he is retiring. As far as I'm concerned, like, if he wants to retire, then actually there is no point going to Australia, because you are eating into some playing time of some of the other players who need to play some international ODI cricket, like Yashasvi Jaiswal, like somebody else. There are quite a few on the line. So if I think if he is going to Australia, he wants to be there. He wants to be around. He wants to fight for a spot. I don't think he is going to Australia just for a farewell tour. I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if it happens that way. But then Indian cricket does throw surprises.
Avijita, what's your take? What's happening? This saga that's continuing with Virat, Rohit.
Look, I just feel that we should move on. You know, I, I think in this case, the selectors thought that they have already made a couple of harsh calls and they decided not to be too harsh. So that's what I feel. It's just like one of those middle road that you take. I mean, if they're not playing tests, if they're not playing T20s, then, I admit that in a sense, ODI is probably the most natural format, at least for Rohit. And Virat also, you know, has been very good with ODIs. So to that extent, but see, the call is we should see, cricket is a team game. We should not be thinking about players and stars. We should just be thinking about one thing, which is Team India, the quality of Team India, and Team India winning the 2027 World Cup. So if somebody fits into that larger mission, then we should be thinking of that player. Anything else is a compromise.
Uh, Shubham Mishra has a question for you, DD. He says, DD sir, Test cricket में Sai Kishore को लाना चाहिए क्या? Because there are others ahead of him. Manav Sutar's name's being spoken
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
and Manav Sutar plays for Gujarat Titans as well. So, and
No,
so
but
does Sai Kishore.
yeah, first there will be Akshar Patel. No, the Akshar Patel is sitting on the sideline. So, pehle Akshar Patel, then Manav Sutar is there, then Sai Kishore is good, is okay, but then I don't know if he was playing for West Indies, he would have played Test cricket. But I am not very sure about the Indian Test team as of now.
See, I was watching the Irani Trophy. I have been following Manav Sutar a little in the past 1 year or two couple of years. First his scores, now his game also. Uh, I think he has the best bowling action among all the left arm spinners. He is just a cut above. He's much more classical than all these guys. He has got that loop, turn, bounce, everything he's got. Whether he has the temperament to keep on bowling when somebody attacks him, those kind of things, that one doesn't know. The other thing is, in the Irani Trophy final, he showed a lot of temperament and fortitude when batting. So he's a good bet. He's a good bet. He's just 22, 23-year old. He comes from Sri Ganganagar, the far out districts of Rajasthan, one of the desert districts where Jagjit Singh was born. He comes from that place, and having come from that kind of a outpost and then doing so well, that's very good news for India. It really shows how much the game has spread, and we are getting these good players from the back of beyond places. I just hope, for Indian cricket's sake, that he emerges as a strong player.
Okay, Sports has a question or rather a comment, and he, she, they, we don't know. Harman should drop Punjabi Parchi Amanjot and let Renuka play to improve pace bowling. Avijit first and then Dwaipayan, because Amanjot really went for plenty in the previous game.
Yeah, she did. But again, the Amol Mujumdar, his thought process, I think it reminds me of Gautam Gambhir in some sense. Our strength is our batting, not bowling. But we have increased our, the length of our batting. We backed in number 9. Sneh Rana comes at number 9. For the previous match, we pushed Richa Ghosh, who has been batting at number 6, to number 8. So, and actually that has helped in this case because all our top batters are flopped. In the first match, the batting had collapsed, and it was Amanjot's batting which rescued India along with Deepti Sharma against Sri Lanka. So Amanjot's batting has been quite invaluable, but it is like this. Again, you are making adjustments. There is no denying that Renuka Thakur is the best swing bowler that India has. I mean, after Shikha Pandey, she's the best that we have produced, and she's very, very good. But again, it is about that balance. And I don't think in the current batting form that the top order is displaying, they are having the confidence to go with an extra bowler. It is a kind of a dilemma that the coaching, that the Indian think tank has got into.
Didi, what's your take?
No, it's not that I follow women's cricket that deeply, but the little that I saw of that West Indies game, I felt that India lacked a bowler at the back end who could bowl the wide Yorkers. I was asking, like, isn't there anybody who bowls Yorkers, who bowls that wide Yorkers is the go-to ball in today's cricket. I did not see any Indian bowler trying that. So the moment you are bowling length and it's a runner ball or seven asking rate situation, you will go for run. So death bowling, I think, was a bit of an issue. India should have won that South Africa game, where South Africa were at the when that girl got out, that seventh wicket fell. After that, they should have sixth or seventh wicket fell. After that, India should have wrapped that up. I thought India lacked a bowler who could bowl those Yorkers and wide Yorkers.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have that bowler, but we have a very good death bowler, Arundhati Reddy,
Okay.
who is very very versatile in terms of mixing her her deliveries. You know, the slower ones and the slow bouncer. She does all that. But again, we have come to a situation. She got injured for one match, so we are trying to sort of uh, negotiate. What to keep and what to take. There are no 100% choices. If you take one thing, we are just putting things together and hoping that this turns out to be a perfect recipe. But there's no perfect recipe or perfect team, because everything has to be adjusted and readjusted according to the strength of the opponent.
Didi, question from We Are Just Human, and it's a bit harsh. The question is, who will be more happy if India lose or get whitewashed in the ODI series versus Australia? Number one, Rocco, or number two, broadcaster?
Why should the broadcasters be happy?
I don't know.
Uh, uh,
I'm just the messenger.
but if I think you are being a little too harsh. Like, I don't think anybody will be happy if they get whitewashed, but I don't think India will get whitewashed in that series in Australia, because Indian cricket is in that place right now where, at least in white ball cricket, they are not going to get beaten easily. Like, and Rocco, if they are finally in that team, they will be in that team because probably they deserve a place. Because, see, one thing you have to understand, that there is no way that, as far as performances and numbers are concerned, these two could not have been drawn. Had they not have the numbers in Champions Trophy, they would have been dropped. Like, that is one thing that has changed in Indian cricket in the during the Gambhir era. That if somebody is not performing, that person has been told in no uncertain terms that you will have to go. So if these two guys are there, they are their performances probably make them undroppable at the moment, and I don't think India will lose very badly to Australia. I don't think so.
Musical being one has a question for you, Avijit Da. He has a question. He says Rishabh Pant will return as number five batter in the South Africa Test matches. Who should be India's number six? Should they continue with Dhruv Jurel or try someone else? Because right now they have been experimenting a bit.
Yeah, they are. You see, Rishabh Pant is India's best difficult wicket batsman. So he should be there in the team anyway. Number six is actually is a difficult choice for India again. But in India, it doesn't matter who is batting at number six, because uh, you will prefer to have probably three all rounders. Which is sort of the way Indian team is going. We will not have a batsman. We'll have say we can have Jadeja at number six. We can have Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, or any of these three, Nitish Reddy, any of these three. So that kind of a choice is there. So it is only when you're traveling abroad that you will need a six specialist batsman. In India, you can do with five batsmen and three all rounders.
Yeah. Also, if
I
you
will just
noticed,
add a
yeah,
point to that. I think when Rishabh comes in, he will come in, and India is probably looking at this three all-rounder strategy, that If they're 6, 7, 8 being all rounders, the slot that will be in contention will be the number 3 slot. Whether they want to continue with Sai Sudarshan or whether they want to promote Dhruv Jurel and make him a number 3 batter, those kinds of decisions they need to take. Like, because it is very difficult to keep Dhruv Jurel out because he is looking really, really good as a batsman.
Yeah. Uh, Rajat Agarwal has a super chat. I want to start off with you, Didi, and then to Avijita. He says, Gill's mammoth runs. Has it got more to do with getting captaincy or number 4 spot? Also, post Virat, will Gill go to number 3 in ODIs? That's what he means. After Virat leaves the one day setup.
Uh, First is Virat, the Gill scoring a lot of runs. Gill is in fine form at the moment. He has, as I said before, he has got some good pitches to bat on. He has worked on his batting, and he is in the best form of his life. This was his best year till now, and he's a fine batter. Uh, so you get the dividends. Like, good players have such years. We have seen it over the years, and that's what happening to Gill. He has made, as I said, a tweak in his technique, a little tweak in his technique that has helped him get some more runs against maybe the moving ball. So that's one part of it, and the second part is whether he. But now he's an opener, right? Like, he opens the batting, right, in ODIs.
Yeah, opens
Chandresh?
the batting. Yeah, with
He
Rohit.
opens
Yeah.
the batting. Yeah. So number 3, no, I don't think it. I think the better number 3 could be Rishabh Pant. If that slot opens up, I think Rishabh Pant will be a great number 3.
Yeah. Avijita.
I just, yeah, I just wanted to add to this. You know that you see the good thing about Gill's batting is that one technically also, if you see, he has started playing less aerial shots. Huh. He is not hitting aerial shots when he's hitting boundaries anymore. He's hitting aerial shots only when he's trying to hit sixes. Earlier, when he had that short arm pull, he never used to keep that pull in the on the ground. He used to try to keep it in the air. He got caught a couple of times, including the World Cup ODI final, when he tried to hit that shot in the air. It has happened a couple of times later also. Ever since he's captain, I'm noticing that he's playing much more on the ground. One thing which is clear about captaincy is not people see captaincy as a burden. Some people also see captaincy as a form of as a form of power, which they enjoy captaincy, and it allows them to flourish. I think Gill is relishing captaincy. You know, what we're seeing about his captaincy is that he is not only enjoying captaincy, but also has understood the responsibility of every run scored. So he is not surrendering his wicket easily. You know, if you remember in the England tour, he had got out for 100 in the first test, and he just said it was my mistake that I got out for 100. I could have scored a longer innings after that. And in the next test, he went and scored 260. So, you know, this is like, this is, he has really been enjoying captaincy, and that's a good thing, for Indian cricket.
Yeah, there's one more super chat. This is from Big Boy Toys. This for you, Didi, first. Why club less age, fitness, 20 more ODI hundreds ahead, VK? I mean, I think he means with Rohit Sharma. The Virat fans are very angry that we all talk about Roko, and this is not us talking. It has happened by default. But they are very angry with all of us that we are clubbing the two of them. What do we do about this?
Yeah, these are brand ideas that become what they become. They have their own lives. Like, we do not make them. These are the brand people who sell cricket to you. They make these things. We just follow the trend. So it is not that we are doing it. It is what it is. But I will partially agree to that. That yes. Kohli is a bigger and a better batsman than Rohit Sharma, even in one-day cricket. That I agree. There is no doubt about it. If you
And
ask me, I will not club the two of them.
and Roko is
Avijita?
not the only. And ROCO is not the only acronym. Huh? Just remember there was also Kulcha. Huh?
Kulcha,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. And Kuldeep fans can very much say that why do you call him Kulcha? Because Kuldeep is there in so many formats, and Chahal is nowhere in the picture now. But it doesn't work like that. Just I think these are just catchy things which sound good, and we are in the age of shortening things, acronyms, so it works. In this case, if you remember, Rocco is also the name of a particular medicine. Just remember.
yeah. So there's one more super chat, and this is from Dikshita. Uh, did he? The question is: ruthless first series win in 1.5 years versus clueless West Indies. I think she's taking a dig at our video title. So because this is, if everything goes well, this could well be India's first Test series win in 1.5 years.
No, no,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
right. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
Delhi first.
she's right. Like it's not much of a win. Like it's like taking a penalty in football. Like if you scored, there's nothing. If you miss, then there's the people will ask how could you miss. So this I quite agree with Avijit what he said that these numbers also should not be taken too seriously. Like. Sai Sudarshan getting an 87 in that first innings, that should not be taken too seriously. They should see how he has batted. How he has batted is more important than the number of runs or the number of wickets that they are getting, because this West Indies team is a very poor side. Let's to put it mildly, it is. I was it was very sad to see today once Roston Chase or somebody got out, and Brian Lara and Vivian Richards, they were sitting together, and they were discussing something. I was wondering what they were discussing. Probably Lara was saying to Richards that Roston Chase wouldn't have been the ball boy when we were playing.
You know, see the truth is that for people of our generation, it's a very sad thing. That the collapse of West Indies Test cricket is one of the saddest things. Uh, I had been to West Indies to watch the 2007 World Cup, and I spent we there were quite a group of us from TUI, and we spent time in Bridgetown and also
I
in
remember you came in a cruise.
yeah,
I
it
was
was a
there
cruise.
covering for
Yeah, yeah,
TOI. Uh,
yeah. Okay, so this was in 2007, and if you remember, we took a tour, a bus tour of Bridgetown, and one of the things which I noticed in 2007 was we're taking a tour of Bridgetown. And we went past many schools and grounds and all. They were playing football, they were playing basketball. Nobody was playing cricket. So in 2007 only the decline had started, and I feel that West Indies has made some kind of a marginal comeback or presence only because of T20. If there was no T20, West Indies cricket would have gone down even further, which is sad. And today, when I went to the Kotla, I was aware that this is where Indo-West Indies Test relationship started, because in 1948 when West Indies first came to India, this was the first Test match was played in Kotla. So that is how it goes back. Kotla was again the ground. Viv Richards was there. This is where he scored his first century. In his second Test match, he scored 192 not out and six sixes. So that was a remarkable thing. Somebody hitting six sixes in a Test innings back in 1974. This is where it all started. And they dominated us and they defeated us very badly in that Test. So West Indies not winning a series, or India defeating West Indies for the last 10 series in a row, and since 2002 they haven't won a series or drawn a series against us. It tells us that it is no longer it's no longer a contest. As Surya Kumar Yadav said something against Pakistan the other day. Even in the heydays of West Indies cricket, it was never this uneven. We always could have, after the first 2 decades, we always managed to draw. Even in the peak of West Indies cricket, we managed to draw some matches, win the odd match at home. But here, it has been so one-sided that it is just it feels bad for a genuine cricket fan to see West Indies collapse and bat like this.
In fact, this very ground is the last time where Dilip Vengsarkar scored 100 in Test cricket in '87 against West Indies, and for the next 4.5 years he played without a Test 100. So that's where it is. So nice segue to end the show. But Manikpreet Singh feels that I'm ignoring him and is ignoring his question. He's saying, "Why are you ignoring my question like I'm Jaiswal of T20 cricket?" No, no, no. I'm not ignoring your question. We've had multitude of questions. People are in good form today. Thanks a lot, Avijit Da and Dwaipayan today for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, Avijit Da, you wanted to say something. You're on mute.
I didn't want to say. I was just saying goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a moving day in the test match. Till then, take good care of yourselves, Avijita, Dwaipayan, and everyone watching us. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Goodbye and God bless.